So welcome back to Dumfries, Scotland for the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2014. We are here at the Ice Bowl, where we will be watching the game between Korea and Hungary in draw 9. This game is from Group A. And there we see Korea 2-1 and Hungary, who are the reigning world champions, getting off to a great start with 3 wins to their name. So let's take a look at the standings in Group A. There we see Hungary and Russia topping the table, looking good to progress to the playoff stages. Korea in with a chance if they could pick up a win this evening. Wales still in with a shout. You gotta think that Denmark, England and Italy, along with Belarus, are out of the equation now. So we'll take a look at the team for Korea. It's Hai-In Lee and Yong-Shu Baek. And for Hungary, Dorocha Palacha and so Kish for Hungary. So the rules of play: 2 players, 1 male, 1 female, 6 stones per team, but they only play 5 stones each. 1 is predetermined. 46 minutes playing time, minimum of 8 ends. Sorry, maximum of 8 ends, minimum of 6. And the lead player will play the lead and the final skip stone. Players can switch throughout the end, throughout the game, sorry. And no takeouts, which is really the important rule in this format, until after the 4th stone comes to rest. So I'm joined once again by Sarah Carlson for this game between Korea and Hungary. There are other games going on in the arena. And they will be Belarus, Austria, Italy, Denmark, Wales, England and Australia versus Japan.
Wales and England. And the cheeky Australia and Japan. This draw, the organising committee would like to honour 2 of the competing teams. Gifts will be presented by Ross Fraser to Team Korea, Baek Kyung-chul, Lee Hye-in and the coach Moon Sung-hwan. Team Korea. And Alec Dixon will now present gifts to Team Italy. Alessio Gonin and Giorgia Rica. Team Italy.
So the teams being honoured
Games will begin shortly.
before
Practice slides may be taken.
this draw 9 gets on the ice, and we're about to get underway. So Sarah, Hungary, reigning world champions, taking on Korea. How do you expect this one to pan out?
I think we could have a tight game. Korea on 2-1. They beat Belarus and England. Had quite a tough game and a tight loss to Austria. And well, Hungary beat Denmark, Belarus and Italy. They are reigning world champions, so they would be considered favourites. And I think they've definitely grown a lot since last year. They're looking very confident. But don't outcount the Koreans, because they're normally very good. And I expect them to put on a good show as well. Their technique is well, it's very accurate most of the time. This is the female player, Lee Hye-in.
라인 좋아. 웨이트만 스윕. 끝까지. 스윕 타이 스윕.
Oh, and she has done Well, we know that you can't.
14초 88.
Which is wreck on the guard with the first, because it means that the team with last stone will also have. Well, they have one in the rings already, as you can see, and they will have a free chance to just put another one in. There's a Zsoltkesh for Hungary. Anywhere in front of the tee line is good for this. Top 8 foot, 4 foot be perfect. So already a bit of trouble for the Koreans in the first end. A nice draw by Zsolt and Jongchul-Bik.
라인만 웨이트 충분해. 웨이트 충분해.
Need to come around with another one here.
라인만 봐, 라인만.
They can only hit with the 4th stone, so that will be the next of
안
Hungary's.
들려.
I think the Korean might want to play a run back of some sort, but
안 들린다고.
this is a nice come around by
왜 콜 하다가
Jongchul.
Yeah, I think the Koreans will be pretty happy with the way this end is beginning to develop now after a slack first shot.
Looks
Palacha for Hungary.
yeah,
Looks
looks
pretty good.
Yeah,
That's a real nice shot. Probably pushed it far enough to sit shot top of the 4 foot.
어?
우리께 가까워.
그래도 한 번 넣어야 일로 넣어야 돼.
여기다.
아니 좀 더 들어가야지.
그대로 잡을게요. 좀 더 잡을게.
Jongchul need to do exactly the same. I do think it's Hungary lying only 1. Of course, it'd be great if Korea could keep them to scoring 1 in the first end.
노 라이트인데?
라인 좋아요.
라이트 안 켜졌어.
얍! 얍! 볼!
Yeah, this one's going to have to go some to get right down in there. Great sweep.
안다, 안다.
And Lee up to help, see how far they can drag it. They've done a good job. Well, deep breath after sweeping the entire way.
하루.
Please.
Hungary now coming round the other side. They can't really see much of this yellow, so they're going to need to be quite tight to the guard.
Yeah, sure will be.
가비오. 러시업.
Oh, 이남이 왔다.
남 러시업.
This one beginning to take a turn now.
It's going to need to turn some more though.
Okay.
And she is close, but she's not really tapping it as far as they wanted. And might be possible for Korea to actually use that yellow one on the side, although I'm not sure, it might be just a bit too high.
이거 그냥 칠까 놓을까? 웨이트 노멀이야? 아니면은 빅웨이트?
센 거로 가자.
They're looking at the ice on this one, it looks as if they're going to play hit weight.
Yeah, they are, and I think they're just going to roll in a little bit to create an angle on the yellow. But that's what Hungary was looking for with their previous shot, so this might just help them.
Yeah, I think a control weight would have been maybe just back 4. So I don't think that helps them too much.
No, I don't think it was the plan. Because that red stone in front of the yellow that was moved out, it was really in Korea's favour.
Freeze. Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Oké, ben je lassabb?
Ilyen vagyunk.
Again, Dorocha Palancha.
Lassabb.
Are they now trying to tap the red one back?
Anyas.
2.
Or just guarding this?
Hossz, kéne a kocs. Nagyon lefordul.
Yeah, that one's not really going to do too much. It's still quite long.
And now
웨이트 12.
Hyun. Well, do you think it's possible for her to tap this in?
Yeah, I think there's enough draw on this left-hand side of the sheet on the end turn.
붙어.
Hugh in Lee for Korea. Actually a curling coach
끝까지 기다려. 끝까지 아니야.
back
끝까지
home
더 끝까지.
in Korea.
안 맞아요?
맞긴 해.
얍.
Not quite enough to get shot.
잘했어.
A good attempt.
Yeah, they look pretty happy with that one.
It's not. There's no easy shot to score more than one.
웨이트.
Jolt Kish eyeing up the run back.
웨이트는 괜찮지.
Could actually
Aztán a legjobb talán, ha
plan out well for them.
eltalálja, erről jön vissza is.
Hol találod? Nóznál egy nagyon picit kijebb, ugye?
Nagyon picit, ha.
Jó.
Lehet, hogy a nóz is belefér, de abban már nem vagyok biztos. Még
Igen,
ha egy
inkább
picit
kijebb.
kijebb, és csak 2, még az is jó.
Jó.
A hátsó jobb, mint ez az 5-ös?
Igen, ennél jobb, annál jobb.
Azért lenne, hogyha megütnénk, akkor lehet 3.
Igen, tudom.
Jó?
Jó. Jég.
Kell eltalálni.
Itt látod a zsepült?
Quite a long run back from Hungary
Sok.
coming. It is to score a potential 3.
Yeah, I'm not really sure it's there,
Super! Ho!
to be fair.
Ho!
And ends up
Van jó?
Well, not really changing much.
only picking a 1.
Yeah, so a good first end.
조금만 더.
A lot of really nice draws, and it's Hungary that gets away with 1 point in the first.
14초면 돼. 14초.
Yeah, I think Korea will be pretty happy with the result of that one.
Yeah, after the first zone, it looked like they were going to let Hungary build up quite a nest, but then they came around with that great draw.
So umpire Jill Donald just getting the stones placed on the centre line. And Hungary now go first.
Szűke, söpör, söpör! Erőjön kell! Hely van!
Coming around, and of course the perfect freeze is good. Even a bit shorter, top 8 4-foot is still really good placement. Finds a great line, taps it back a bit, which is not always ideal because it won't get the angles locked up when the team with the hammer come down with their freeze. But still now, stone on the pin behind the center guard is always looking nice.
약해. 슥슥. 타이트. 타이트. 습습습습습습습습습습 열어야 돼.
Oh, and it looks like she's wrecked on the guard again. She's not finding the right weight.
Hirtelen elindult?
Igen. Vége fele indult. Line tight.
아 라인 타이트 아니었어.
Yeah, I would have thought they'd maybe come on the in turn.
It looks a bit easier.
Söpör,
They just played it this way, so
söpör.
gonna come down the same way.
Irány miatt. Irány miatt végig. Hanyas. Irány miatt.
So what can Dorocha make the freeze?
Nagyon, nagyon, nagy. Nagyon, nagyon.
Gonna be ooh, really tight for line. Now just working to get it past the hog line so that there's no in off.
Ilyen nehéz, megint beütök, akkor már rájöttem, hogy szűk volt.
게이트 열. 열.
Clean!
열.
Yep! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
열 웨이트 있어.
Whoa!
So the Koreans pretty quick at making a decision there. They were often playing that. Didn't quite see what the call was.
It was a freeze. Here Ian pointing at the freeze before he played. And they do have shot stone, but those two checked guards are still gonna be a great place to come around.
Picit beljebb van a jég, mert hosszabb a gárd, mert beütötték.
Oké.
Irány jó, hanyas.
Lassabbnak érzem!
Kell neki, biztos kell, irány miatt is.
Yeah, this one's just going to slip a little bit too far to the back of the forefoot. And that leaves a nice pocket.
Emiatt kellett. Kicsit arrébb rákáltől, mert nincs tön. Nézzek, túlfordult.
Okay, old man.
Semmi gond. Picit csak rakáltől. Jó, és akkor jó lesz.
Miért inkább? Egyébként.
Jövettük, mit dob. Ha rövidet dob, akkor igen.
Yeah, that's correct.
Jó.
First team to come around in front of the tee line, they are gonna look really good to score in this end.
방금 전 거보다 없어. 방금 전 거보다 약해. 웨이트 좀 약해. 열, 열하나. 열하나.
And judging on the body language from Jong Chul, I'd say this is a bit long.
아, 턴 없다. 턴 없다.
Or a lot long actually, all the way through.
Yeah, so still a chance now for Hungary to get something top of the forefoot. Just going to ignore that red out wide. It's not really in play.
No, because Hungary have shot stone and behind guards, they can really ignore the red. And while Korea missed it long, Hungary are missing this short instead, leaving yet another guard out there.
더 잡을게.
어?
라인을 더 잡을게.
아니면 일로 할까?
어디든 괜찮을 것 같아요. 이쪽으로 와도 여기 오면은 우리께.
근데 여기는 좀만 깊으면은 더블각 나오잖아. 아, 더블이 나와도 못 치긴 하지만. 근데 여기는 이게 보이니까 약간만 들어가도 백가드 역할을 하니까.
So now trying the other side. Should be able to still get a good draw in on the forefoot, on the tee line.
Yeah, I think they're electing to come this way because I think they've maybe got a little bit more backing.
Yeah, but, well, since this is not the last stone, I'm not sure they want to use the backing because it'll just be something for Hungary to freeze on. But of course, if they even tap that other one, the other yellow one, they would be sitting too.
Yeah, this side's a little slower. They've not been down this side very much. And that one's going to pull up short.
Yeah, so I think it's that side's a little slower, and he was really heavy with his first, so maybe over-adjusted as well.
약하게 났어? 아, 그러니까.
And now Hungary are going to make a play on the red, hit and roll in. Sit 4 before Korea's final draw if Zsoltges makes a good one here.
Jön a gárd mögé is. Hát nem baj, ha T-line mögött van, csak kéne egy másfél körül. A center line a belülről. Ez már jó.
So they're playing the hit on this one, hit and roll in?
Yeah. Well, everything's going to be behind the tee line, but they are also going to be sitting 4, and that counts as applying pressure as well.
Yeah, have moved things.
네 개. 4야.
So again, Korea just going to have to draw the forefoot. They are playing, I think it's only 2 they're playing against now.
Yeah, I think with the roll out and also a little bump on the bottom yellow there, the red one's out counting them.
So this is the final stone of the second end.
라인 충분해, 웨이트만. 금방 주고, 금방 스윕! 스윕!
Came up short with the in-turn draw on their first.
Line looks pretty good.
If they're not on the guard.
Just over curled, and it looks like a steal of 2 points, maybe even more.
It's 2 for sure, but
Just let you know as soon as they indicate to us.
well, I think it was Zsoltges that removed the yellow straight away, so I think it's only 2. Oh, it is a 4.
A big score. That must have been very tight.
아, 웨이트도 약했어.
So Hungary racing into a 5-0 lead, and the defence of their title looking pretty sweet at this moment. So elsewhere, there is the game between Australia and Japan. I can tell you Japan took a 2 in the first end to lead 2-0. Also Wales taking on England. Wales picking up 3 points in the first end. Denmark against Italy. That was Denmark who scored 2. And Belarus against Austria. Belarus scoring 2 in the first.
And 74% for Zsolt Kish would be right up with the top players of this event.
Biztos? Szélyesnek érzem. Inkább csak rövidebb
This is a
legyen,
bit wider, so can't really be heavy.
Erő, megvan.
Found a great line, and that's a really nice shot. 5 points up, and a good start of the third end.
Régen nagyon bejött.
49% for
룸.
Lee Hyun.
아직. 아, 멀었어.
Maybe need to improve of those numbers a bit if they want to make it in the playoff stages.
끝까지. 워워워워워워워워워워워워.
This one just not curling on this handle. I've seen that in the first end as well.
이쪽은 지금 더 잡았거든.
So that red sitting wide open.
그러니까
And obviously they
저쪽 인턴만
just
Igazából nem kell tolni.
thought Kish was going to play the takeout in that red, but he can't actually play that takeout.
No, they could go for a little tap on it though, because it's quite useful for Korea where it is. 63% so far for Dorocha.
Ház vége. Biztos tolás.
Gyors.
Igen.
Nagyon.
10.
10.
10.
Taps everything back, but doesn't leave her shooter in a great position. Korea can
Maradjon ilyenkor már. Ezt akartam
get a
kicsit
little
hozzá.
flip in off of this.
Bocsánat. Megint ez a hülye erő. Engel 만들어.
It's a nice pocket though.
이거 놓고 두 개 다 써먹을 수 있잖아 그러면.
뭐라고?
이거 맞히면은 둘 다 써먹을 수 있잖아. 요거도.
그치 이거 맞추고 여기 쓰면
약간 안쪽만 들어가지고.
노멀?
Yeah, just want to sit on the high side. Half check the outside. They don't want to sit short at this moment in time. Looking at the ice, it's pretty tight, so they may be going for the hit.
Yeah, hit and roll in. Well, they won't be sitting shot even after a hit here, but they will leave a lonely yellow in the rings. 57% for Young Shulbik.
노멀?
와.
노멀?
끝까지 와. 끝까지.
노멀이야.
와.
And
샷.
even playing the hit there, they could maybe just have played it with board hackish weight to just make sure that they got good line. 'Cause there was really nothing they could do with that. But they are having three reds laying around now. It's a bit of a dangerous situation for Hungary. Their turn now to try and get a good roll.
Yeah, the problem with playing that hit there is if Hungary make a nice hit and roll on top, they're in big trouble.
And this one is not as heavy as the one played by Korea.
Nagyon! Wow. Kell a roll. Kell.
Yeah, it does make a roll in to the forefoot.
보여도
They might have left Korea a double to still sit 3.
That's it. Azt most nem
Again, they don't need to
tettem.
play
Jó irány volt.
to get both the yellows out of play even. They can just try and spread them apart.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I think maybe just battering weight, come around, catch the face of the one that's top of the forefoot.
Judging by the ice, I'd say that's what they're doing.
어떤 게 나을 것 같은데? 그러니까 보이는 만큼 그러니까 지금에서 보이는 만큼 맞으면 잼 날 것 같아.
이거 해?
핵이 맞아, 핵. 그러니까 핵. 걸리면 앞에 거 오픈하면 돼.
So still a couple of stones to come on this end.
핵. 핵업, 핵업. 핵업.
Carl need to get pretty much to nose of the top yellow. Starting to curl now.
Yeah, it's a nice shot.
Yeah.
이 전엔드도 이런 식으로 갔었어요, 전. 테이크아웃을 너무 드로우로 쌓아서 간 거.
Ez freeze akar lenni? Ez freeze hívás?
Ütnél? Ha ütnél, akkor üssünk.
Nekem ez.
Jó, legyen ez. Jó, csak akkor ide, tehát
De kell
ennek
a roll,
itt kell
igen.
lennie.
Igen, tudom.
Tehát itt legalább egy picit akarás legyen.
Jó.
Az előző dobás az jó volt.
Control!
So Hungary. The hit and roll off that top red stone.
As long as they hit and keep line 2, they're going to be in good shape, but they can't leave an easy double.
That's
Yeah.
a real nice shot.
Yeah, that's a beauty. They make it look easy, these Hungarians.
저걸로 칠래요? 아니면 이걸로 치는 게 나을 것 같은데?
뭐?
이게는 안 되잖아요.
Benne volt az,
어차피 보이니까
hogy jam és
이거
nem üti ki ezt?
먼저
이렇게 돼.
Én csak azt hiszem, hogy hogy van.
Yeah, I still think there's probably
Elengedte.
a nice line in there on the in-turn.
Lehelletik pozition, de
이게 훨씬 나을 것
ennyi
같아.
belefér.
안 되면 거의
그럼 오빠 이거 얇게 맞아야 되는 거야? 아니면
반 맞으면 돼.
Just come down, catch maybe quarter stone of the yellow on the button. Roll onto the face of the yellow on the tee line.
Ha nose dob neki, még ez is jó, mert nekem... Ha én itt dobok, akkor neki nem.
붙여. No.
팁이에요.
아니야.
So standing off this one. I'm a little surprised they played that kind of weight at it.
Yeah, me too. They were never going to move that yellow one
아니잖아.
very far.
너무 얇았어. 너무 얇게
But
맞아가지고.
still moves it a bit. And they could maybe reach it with their
Kell a
own
fizme, ha kitolja,
red.
hát kell, akkor kettő.
in case they get a mistake from Hungary now.
Yeah, he maybe thought he could play the double off the low one. He probably caught it where he needed to catch it. Just shows it probably wasn't there. So into the final stones for both teams. Zolt Kish for Hungary.
Erő jó.
Trying to come down with the freeze here.
Várni kell.
Erő miatt is.
And if anything, he can't really be long. He needs to stick around with a good one.
Erő miatt nem nyúlnék hozzá.
Yeah, this one's looking pretty heavy at the moment.
And if it goes back, well, it won't go back that long. But Korea will have a chance to score 3. They are already lying 1.
Yeah, they've got to run this one back though. Big chance for Korea to get back in the game. Might be, just looking at the angles, probably not there for 4. No, it's not there.
오빠 노멀이죠?
어.
So just on the nose, control weight.
탭.
Oh, that's not what you want to hear. She needs it on the nose.
Yeah, this one's curling hard.
끝까지.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
Oh, they got really fortunate with that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, look at this. She just nibbles that guard to get enough and makes it for 3. Korea is back in the game. It's now 5-3. And Australia got 1 back on Japan. It's now 2-1 to Japan. 3 each between England and Wales. 3-1 to Denmark. They're playing Italy. And 2 each between Belarus and Austria.
지금은 근데 전체적으로 몸이 다 타이트였어.
Yeah, so a great score of 3 points for Korea in the third.
Still trailing by 2 though, and it is Hungary with hammer. Yin need to gather herself after that last run back and now throw a freeze. Sometimes a bit tricky to play that 1-5 position because you normally just play 2 stones that are so different from each other. But she has done a good job with this. Over curls a bit, but the weight is certainly perfect. Working really hard to get this past the guard.
Yeah, a lot of shouting. I think I'd have been out there giving a hand. Chips the red off the top.
Would actually maybe have been better off clipping the guard to the side, getting 2 corners straight away. Now there's a huge pocket for Korea.
Nem értem, 16-64.
Nem hallottál?
Hogy te mondtad volna, hogy gyorsabb vagy lassabb?
Nem. Azt mondta, én is ezt mondom, hogy szűk, úgyhogy...
좀 타이트해요. 얍! 헐!
And same here, just really curling towards the guard. And this is going to be all over it.
타이트했어?
잘했어, 괜찮아.
Yeah, just pushes it to the side ever so slightly.
몸이 릴리즈가.
아니, 맞게 나오는데 밀지 마.
Jean-Jules Beck struggling at that draw weight. He's been pretty good with his takeouts.
Yeah, it's hard when you're, because he's been either fairly long or quite short, and you just Need to get a bit closer, probably to get the perfect feeling for it as well, because it's hard to know how much to take off.
Yeah, that one's a little bit heavy also.
Yeah, actually touched the guard.
통 치고 옆으로 가는 게 제일 좋거든. 하고 우리께 옆으로.
이쪽.
So can Young-Shul come down with the freeze here? He needs to get his draw weight perfect now. He's had some practice.
얍.
웨이트 좋아.
얍.
웨이트 좋아. 있어.
오케이.
11, 12.
This one looks far heavier than his previous shot.
맞고 이쪽으로 롤 가게.
Finds a nice spot though, Sarah, right in on top of the yellow.
코를 해라다. 코를. 내가 얘기했잖아. 맞고 일로 가게 해달라고.
Mit dobnál? Egy sárga ide.
Aha.
Mit dobnál?
Freeze. Oda 6-7.
Ide.
So they're looking to maybe freeze the red.
웨이트 같은 거.
Yeah, they could at an angle. They could also tap it a bit to
It's quite
get
hard.
rid of the backing.
It's quite actually hard to get to that red. That's I think what
Yeah, you're right.
they're worried about.
버튼에 있는 거 치는 거.
Maybe play it at control weight just to bump it on the nose.
우리보단 2바퀴 더 있는 거 같아.
Yeah, you could.
Én lehet rádobnám a take-outot. Control.
Control weight, take out.
B a guard. Guard sem baj.
오케이.
Föl! Föl!
This one beginning to move.
Hogy elindulsz?
This one's curling really hard.
It's quite. We see that quite often. Oh, and they bumped the red one in for short stone. We see that quite often that teams don't play from the center line and out very much during a mixed double game, and then it just breaks a lot more when you cross the center line.
여기도
그래, 좋을 것
괜찮고
어차피
세면은 여기도 와도 될 것 같아. 근데 여기가 제일 좋을 것 같아. 앞에 라인만이라도 타이트하게.
센터라인 문. 여기 들어가면 얘네가 진짜 드롭 치면은
아니 오빠 이걸 치는 건 별로죠.
치는 건 지금 아니거든.
이건 안 보이고. 세면 여기까지
Okay, I've got to watch with this one though. They can't afford to leave an easy double.
8?
8. 약하면 되게 컬이 많더라고. 더 잡을까?
So I think they're maybe just going to throw this one up top of the 12 foot. And guard. Protect that red stone.
Yeah, it would be very good for them if they could steal, close the gap between them and Hungary on the scoreboard.
라인 괜찮아요. 웨이트.
9. 라인만 봐. 9. 10. 퉁칠 것 같아. 안으로 들어가야 돼. 열.
This was looking pretty heavy though.
열이야.
Oh, it's well long.
안으로.
이거 너무 얇아.
He's actually knocked himself out of shot.
Still not, the draw weight's just not there for Young-Shul today.
뛰어. 다 했어요?
가드는 어땠을까?
Igen, jó. Hanyas.
Innen!
Akkor gyere, gyere,
Nem.
gyere. Hossz, kell.
Nem kell. Nem kell.
Irány jó.
Nem
Irány jó. Irány jó. Csak csípős hét. Picit kéne.
Oh.
Yeah, it does enough there though.
아, 안 보이겠다.
Yeah, but there's still the opportunity, I think, for Korea to get shots thrown here. Or if not, make it really difficult for Hungary to score two.
약간 룸이야, 룸.
And quickly on with the sweeping of this one. But line looks pretty big to me.
습.
Yeah, maybe going for an option B here.
I think it's option Z, Sarah.
Okay then.
Is there a shot possibly for a handful? No, it's probably not there.
Dumfries, Mario.
Ja.
Vagy pici. Elég volt, ja, ha?
Sitting two at the moment, so just a draw to the
Hát nem úgy, csak lassú.
fully four
Mármint,
for
hogy ja, nem játszott.
a score of
Igazából látszik
3
az
shots
egész, tehát
to
nem kell kockáztatni, ha
take that 5-shot
Nem kell
advantage
rávenni a
into
gárdra.
the break.
Jó.
csak tényleg az, hogy nem tudom, hogy
It's a pretty
milyen
comfortable
erővel fog
situation
elmenni
though,
oda.
sitting two already and just drawing for that third point.
Figyelj meg, ugye, nekik is volt két külük, ami egyszer csak így beszakadt.
Roltkish looking to take control of this game.
Hely van. Hely bőven van, szélen van, figyelj! Ó. Várni kell, még irány miatt várni
Yeah, this
kéne.
one's
Jó, söpönt!
looking pretty good at the moment. All about the weight. Can he make it fully four? Has he done enough? Oh, it's very close.
Hungary saying three. Korea want to have a look. And three it is. Nicely done.
Még ez is gyors
And
lesz.
that's Hungary in
30-40 volt.
good control of this game. Taking an 8-3 lead into the break.
Ha jól mértem, lehet, hogy ez nem az, hogy volt egyébként, de
Yeah, so the teams will discuss with their coach
szünet van, ja?
what's been going right and what's been going wrong. And I think we'll see another 4 ends of good curling in the second part of this draw 9, section A, game between Korea and Hungary. Highlights from the first end. Hungary with last stone.
Picit kijebb.
And Zoltkish trying to pick up 2. Moves things around, and it would only be a score of 1.
Furi volt, mert picit szűknek indult meg, azért
Second end. Korea being forced to draw against 4. Hai and Lee short with weight, and that one crashes into the guard. So Hungary racing to a 5-0 lead.
더 잡을까?
Korea just sitting 1.
끝까지.
And this one just comes into the guard, straightens itself up, fires it back, and that was Korea on the board. Narrowed the gap to 2, 5-3 they trailed. And in the fourth end, so welcome back to the Dumfries Ice Bowl for the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2014. We're watching the game between Korea and Hungary. Korea playing the red stones, Hungary playing the yellow.
Yeah, and Hungary got quite a grip of the game with an 8-3 lead. And that's a really great shot by Zoltkish with his first. It's nice to just sit on top of that shot stone. No room in between them. Korea need to play that perfect freeze themselves, and they've now swapped order. Young-chul struggling big time with his draw weight today.
Yeah, that's probably been the difference between the two sides in the first 4 ends.
하이트였어?
Hungary really getting to grips with their draw weight early on. Dorocha Palacha for Hungary. And this Hungarian side are the current world champions.
They are. Quite a big deal. Hungary winning the World Championships last year. And Zoltkish said, yes, we have done a lot of interviews. That was his take on being a world champion. I think they've created quite a lot of attention for themselves back home.
Yeah, so Korea are electing to peel the guards.
Do you see another call, Kenny?
I think if you could probably bump the guards around rather than take them out of play, because you're sort of wasting a stone by doing this.
Maybe not with doing that though.
Yeah, it's rather fortunate.
And look at this. Without even touching the red one.
Yeah, you've got to make them guards work for you.
Yep. Still a chance for Hungary to play a good freeze though.
Dorit, lehet, hogy 30-40.
Oké.
Irány jó. Ó,
Sebesség jó.
Csöpert. Ó,
Megvan.
Csöpert. Ó. Ó, ó, ó.
Sebesség megvan.
Oh, maybe a bit pacey this one.
Semmi.
But she's gonna come down with a great one.
Okay.
It's always good to see when one team gets a really good shot that the other team just won't let it bother them, and they come around with a good one as well. That might be the world champion confidence that they have in the Hungarian team.
웨이트 12.
12.
십. 십. 와와와.
So just
와와와 됐어. 끝까지 클린. 와와와.
does sneak past the top guard, but pushes the red through the back.
They played it with way more weight than I would expect them to. But they got some really great curl.
Igazából egy picit el kell bújni, tehát valahova ide lenne a jó.
So Hungary just elected maybe just to block things up.
It's definitely not a bad option. They have shot stone and quite a lot of guards in play. Just make Korea play the difficult shots.
Lehet egy kicsit
Ne nyúljék
szélesebb.
hozzá, gyorsabbnak érzem picit.
Szélen vagyunk eléggé.
Nem gyorsabb.
Szélén vagyunk eléggé. Hozz. Irányület is. Hozz. Most kezd jól lenni az irány. Hozz.
Yeah, it's not too bad there.
Most mi vagyunk, srácok?
Mimi.
Jó, azért nem akarok megjöttük le. Azért bőven mi vagyunk.
Menjünk egy picit keresett.
Mi?
Menjünk egy
Ah?
picit keresett. Nem, ez mindenki keres. Ja, rohant késik.
앞에 거
여기
가도
아니면
오픈해요. 안
어?
되면 가도 오픈.
If they want to score, I think they might need to have a look at the guards again.
센터 거 보자. 센터 거.
So he's maybe looking to try and run the red back onto the top yellow.
Looks like he's eyeing up the red onto the red, but the red onto the top yellow isn't bad. Certainly don't want to accidentally just spill your own red one.
Yeah, I mean you could get lucky and lift a double on the yellows if you catch it across the face. So
십. 와와와와와와.
just missed it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was close.
So close to making that perfectly.
Yeah, nicely played.
Just misses the back yellow.
아깝다.
I don't think you've seen that, Sarah, did you?
No, only you see shots like that, Kenny.
Mit dobhat?
이렇게 걸리면 이거 맞았거든. 근데 난 이건 생각도 못했는데 더 좋았어. 그러니까 이렇게 맞고 쓰거나 이렇게 맞고 쓰거나.
Zárítva.
Tehát ide a lyukra?
Ha?
Ide a lyukra, ugye?
Ja.
Jó.
Gyakorlatilag ide kell állni.
Aha. Jó.
Igazán még ha egy pici kocc is bejt, tehát még ha ez csak ide tolja, meg itt maradunk, az is jó.
Oké.
Ide a fehér.
So Hungary gonna guard the guard.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do, I think.
Just thinking that there's not really any good draws that Korea could play. Might be a really tricky one to bite the lid. But thinking they're going to go for the run back again. Going to try and prevent them. Just don't want to set up an angle here.
Yeah, that's why I probably think about maybe coming right on round behind it.
Pici gyors is. Húha. Sárgáról.
de várni kell.
Sárgáról.
Figyelj! Hó!
Sárgáról.
Semmi, a sárgáról lesz. De várni kell. Kell vinni, kell vinni.
Probably done enough.
Jó az.
I think so.
Jó az.
Azt mondod, hogy szűk, nem?
Igen, szökemet
gyorsan.
láttam.
Gyorsan.
So this will be the final stone of the fifth end. Korea looking in deep, deep trouble once again.
노란 걸로 한번 해볼래요?
그럼 1점밖에 못 따잖아. 1점밖에 못 따니까 지금. 이거로 쳐야 되는데
그러니까
너무 멀어.
아니야 이거 친다 하더라도
빨간 거
빨간 게
걸리면.
걸려.
아니 근데 빨간 거 걸리면 저쪽 더블 돼서 주면 1점밖에 안 주고. 맞잖아. 이거 해볼까?
그래도 어차피 일찍
어차피 1점 주는 거야.
So Sarah, what do you think? What have they got? What options do they
이걸로 지금
have?
빨간 거 저거 맞춘다는 거잖아.
They could try to draw,
그러니까 그걸로 이거 바로
which I
안
think
이거
they might be going to, but they could also try the run back, the really long one.
커버? 끝.
어만큼 맞아야 돼.
커버.
But yeah, there is an in-turn draw here.
거기 끝.
But it's not easy.
No.
But this double really long run back is definitely not any easier.
Yeah, so
And there is always a risk of picking out your own and giving up a steal or two here as well.
giving up one, you might still be in the game. Give up 2 or 3, you're going to struggle to get back in it.
See what he can do, Young Chulbeek. Well, you know, he might just feel like he wants to hit because his draws has been really out of place as well. Oh. Not gonna get it though, and it's a yellow steal for Hungary. So they will have a 9-3 lead after 5 ends. Japan has a 4-2 lead over Australia. Wales has a 6-3 lead over England. It's 3-3 between Italy and Denmark, and 3-3 also between Belarus and Austria.
Vad mycket du? Styr, köp öl! Köp öl! Köp öl! I den
Picit
björn,
gyors! Picit gyors!
Köp öl! Köp öl!
Gyors!
Köp öl! Köp öl! Köp öl! Jondra! Väging! No, Jondra! Väging! Jondra!
And he's been tight to that guard a lot of times, but he tends to get past.
Yeah, he's played that shot well, but what he has done is that he's bumped the red to the back of the 8 foot quite often.
Szüke volt?
Puts quite a bit of separation between the stones.
And why would you want that if you're Korea?
Well, that means if they could come down and maybe bump the yellow, they could roll away to the left and get some good separation between their own. Now, if the yellow had been just right on top of the red, if that red hangs around, it's not too bad a call.
그냥 노멀 경기처럼 가면 돼. 일반적인 경기처럼 가면 된다.
오케이.
6-5.
Precis, lassan! Nem lassan! Där!
Föl. Csak az erő, csak az erő.
So just looking for this one in behind that centre guard. On the tee line, maybe a couple of feet shorter. But left a big, big pocket now, Sarah.
They have. And it's Hyun Lee to play. Or have they swapped back? I guess they have. My bad. So they're talking about tapping one of them back and rolling on top of the other, but you might just want to just draw it to them and keep the double backing.
애매해요. 안 돼.
컴.
이쪽으로, 이쪽으로.
아, 일로.
Looks like they have elected the draw, which is a sensible call. Try and sit just right on top of these yellows. Get a stone there that Hungary will not be able to remove. Oh, and this time he is short. And well short. It's just got to be a mental thing now for Young Schulbeek. His draws, because even if he was long with that, that would have still been okay. He had a lot of backing.
Yeah, he really has struggled with that draw. I don't know. I can't actually remember him making one perfectly.
No, I think it's just in his head now.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Jó.
Lassabb.
Söpörd.
Nem biztos.
Hely van, csak az erő. Csak az erő. Most söpörd. Hey.
But Dorotchep Halansha has made a couple of nice ones.
Semmi, biztos, hogy semmi. Semmi.
Really like to sit in front of the tee line with this.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
Volt nagyon bízva. Csak várni kellett, mert már meg volt. A vége utazik igazából.
So Korea would waste a stone by just making a peel on this guard.
What would you like to see them do?
I think you've got to come round and get something into that 4 foot area. Peel the guards. You're wasting a stone. Even run it right back on the nose.
Is that not the call though?
I think they were going for the peel on the guards. No, just give us the last one. Just give us the last one there.
Yep.
So the peel is on its way. And well, over curling wasn't really the option.
하이트였어?
You would either want to get rid of both or running that one straight down. Will over curl and just leave Hungary in total control of the 4 foot.
Az, hogy ezzel meg arról tudod egy ilyen pörölőset.
De...
Jó.
Dobja meg. 9-3-nál mit csinál?
Jó.
Ide rádobod.
Akkor freeze, be lassabb.
Még ez is jó.
Jó. Oké.
What would you prefer?
Figyelj, Dóri!
I think you should kind of throw this
Igazából
one
a T-lánytól
top of the 12, 2 or 3 feet
idáig
short.
bármi jó.
Jó.
T-lánytól
Yeah, just maybe just bite the 8 foot.
lassabb oldal.
Oké.
Lassabb oldal.
Oké.
A dró, a T-line is 40. Ilyen 50-60 lesz.
So I think they're saying they just don't want this too short, so that you'd better being right up onto the tee line.
Nem lassú?
Tessék?
Nem lassú?
Nem hiszem. De.
lasciamo, 이라이미야, 아니야, 주변.
How's this one looking? Looking pretty good actually. Tucked inside edge in. That's a great shot.
It's a really good one.
아니면 그냥 들어와도 돼. 그래봤자 이게 1번 같기도 해요, 들어와도.
그러니까.
Yeah, Hungary just struggling to find a way into this.
근데 이게 일로 오면은 치고 여기 오면은
또 가져가겠지. 그러니까 네 라스트 샷을 좀 편하게 하려면은 안 돼. 각이 안 나오잖아.
두 개는 나가겠지 그래도.
두 개도 안 나가. 이게 어떻게 두 개가 나가?
이거 좀 날 것 같은데.
어?
뒤에 거 안 맞아요 이거?
뭐가?
그러니까 이렇게 맞추면 이렇게 맞고 이거 안 맞고.
안 맞지 지금 각이. 그럼 칠라 그러면 그냥 이렇게 치는 수밖에 없는데. 그래도 웨이트가 엄청 써야 되니까 차라리 내가 이거 두 개를 오픈 시켜주는 게 나을 것 같은데. 아 그거는 안 나간다니까 잼이 나서.
아 이걸로 이렇게 오픈한다고?
이거로 해야 돼. 센터 때 오픈돼 있어야지 네가 뭘 하지.
이게 오픈이 되더라도 저거를 제거를 해야지.
그러니까 얘가 여길 맞으면 되잖아. 그러면 두 개가 다 나가거든.
여기 커버 맞으면 되겠네.
어?
이만큼 맞으면 되잖아. 여기
어.
3번까지.
어. 인턴으로 하자. 아웃은 잘 안 되니까. 노즈야?
So look, what's you looking at here, Sarah?
They are going to run this back.
약간 이쪽도 괜찮아.
I think they're thinking that with 2 shots, if they can get rid of all the yellow, they could score with their back ones. I'm not sure about this shot though.
I'm certainly not sure about this shot. I think the only shot they may have is out off the outside, wide yellow, and kick it back up the house.
Yeah.
So we'll throw in some heat with this one. Just peels one of them off. That's in the house.
Yeah, and it even peels the one off that was the only stone left that could really help them.
So is there a triple there? Do you think the nose triple's there?
I think so. Korea still with 2 stones. If they ever made that, that would be great for them, but I think Hungary is going to try and guard this. Or come all the way down.
Yeah, I think you just throw another one in on top.
Yeah, that would make it just mean that one of them would stay.
Yeah, move the angles around a little.
월덜.
For sure, just don't be light. I think that's. I'm surprised they've changed the handle. They've just played the.
Yeah, they've played the other side lots.
요아익. Sukab. La väg que falla in då tå.
Erő jó.
Tå. Jól
Erő
is
jó.
ki az irány, jól
Erő
is.
három.
Álljon meg majd, tå.
So anywhere in really, or covering this top yellow is good.
Vonal.
I'd be taking this right down into the house.
They are playing a guard though, so they can't over curl this. And he hasn't taken away the triple. Nice shot. And wow. It's not looking good for the Korean side.
차라리 때리는 게 낫지 않아요?
어?
때릴 게 없나?
때려도 안 된다니까. 때려도 얘가 1점.
그러니까
I
내가
don't even think the draw's there.
성공하면
I think playing the
뭐 실패하면
drive on the yellow guard back on as a triple may get lucky and get your two, but
Yeah, but then looking at the scoreboard as well, they're down by 6 points.
나갈 수가 없어.
Scoring one isn't. It's not really gonna do them any good either. So you might as well try to run it back and score two.
yeah, it's just going to go for the draw.
This cannot look pretty from the hack.
High-end Lee for Korea.
웨이트만. 룸이야 룸. 웨이트만. 떨어지기 시작했어.
Not panicking over it yet.
워워워워워워워워.
How's the weight looking?
I think it's
아,
it might be a bit long.
Yeah, it is a little bit too heavy, and it's a score of 3. And that is now 12-3, and there is the handshake.
Yep, not the day for the Koreans. And Hungary just made all of their draws so much better, made them come out on top.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Korea just not getting a hold of the ice in that game at all, really, with the draw weight. Hungary capitalising on that and picking up their 4th win in the group stages. So I'll give you an update elsewhere in the arena. Over to Sheet E, Japan leading Australia 4-3. Wales ahead of England 6-4. Italy also 4-3 ahead against Denmark. And the score between Austria and Belarus is just going up. It looked like a score of 2 for Austria. So Austria take the lead 5-4 over Belarus. Highlights from the first end, Korea versus Hungary. Hungary sitting one top of the forefoot, looking to maybe pick up 3. This one just over curled, and they would only pick up a single point. Second end, Korea with a lot to do, facing 4. High-end Lee having to draw right down in, and this one was swept all the way, crashed into the guard, and that was a big steal of 4 shots and a 5-0 lead after 2 ends. Really up against it, sitting 1 at the back of the 4, needing something big to happen, and it did. They catch the guard, it straightened up and run the yellow back onto the red, and they would pick up 3 to narrow the gap to 2 after 3 ends. 4th end it was. So Kish with a free draw for 3. Some great sweeping. And just done enough. And that was 3 shots and an 8-3 lead.
Ha jól mértem, lehet, hogy ez...
Fifth end. Korea once again in trouble. Facing one, trying to run back. Just didn't make it. 9-3 after 5. Sixth end, there you see 3 yellow stones in behind the guard. And High-End Lee trying to play a draw. But just slips past the back yellow. And another steal of 3. And the hand was offered. 12-3 the final score on this game. So Korea dropped to 2-2, Hungary 4-0.
So what's it like defending a world championship?
It will be a really hard work, but we try to continue this performance. We hope that we will play better and better throughout the competition. I think we've had some problem in the first 2 matches, but now we're getting familiar with the ice, and I really hope that we can defend the title.
Yes, what's it been for you this past year since you came back from Fredericton?
Milyen érzés volt, miután hazajöttünk Fredericton, hogy telt az elmúlt 1 év?
We had a lot of interviews and a lot of people congratulates for me, so it was really good.
And this game against Korea, what was the winning point?
That second end, when we stole for it, that was, I think, crucial, but they come back with I think that was a lucky 3 points, but we gave them that shot. But I think we tried to just move on and continue, and we could score back 3, and I think it was okay for us that we could get back the 3 point before the half break, and then we just tried to continue to steal, and we really hope that they will give up after the 6th end.
So are we going to see you repeat the success from last year?
Yes, hope.
Yes, we really hope so, yeah.
Best of luck to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This one just over curled, and they would only pick up a single point. Second end, Korea with a lot to do, facing 4. High-End Lee having to draw right down in, and this one was swept all the way, crashed into the guard, and that was a big steal of 4 shots and a 5-0 lead after 2 ends. Korea really up against it, sitting 1 at the back of the 4, needing something big to happen, and it did. They catch the guard. Draw right down in, and this one was swept all the way, crashed into the guard, and that was a big steal of 4 shots and a 5-0 lead after N3. Korea really up against it, sitting 1 at the back of the 4, needing something big to happen, and it did. They catch the guard, it straightened up, and run the yellow back onto the red, and they would pick up 3 to narrow the gap to 2 after 3 ends. 4th end it was. Draw for 3. Some great sweeping, and just done enough. And that was 3 shots and an 8-3 lead.